Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Our planet's oceans cover more than 70% of its surface, yet over 80% of this vast watery realm remains unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. In these dark, pressurized depths, life has taken on forms so strange, so alien, they seem to have swum directly out of a science fiction novel. Today, we journey into this abyss to meet one of its most peculiar residents, a creature that blurs the lines between ancient and modern and challenges our fundamental understanding of anatomy, the spotted ratfish. While its mismatched appearance is strange enough, it's a recent discovery about its reproductive habits that has stunned the scientific community, involving a feature straight out of a monster movie, a toothed forehead. This is the truly bizarre story of the spotted ratfish, a deep-sea enigma that reminds us just how much we have yet to learn. To properly introduce the spotted ratfish, we need to travel back in time. Way back. Known to scientists as Hydrologus caliae, this fish belongs to a group of cartilaginous fishes called chimeras. They are ancient, mysterious, and deeply weird. Their lineage split from their closest living relatives, the sharks, skates, and rays, approximately 400 million years ago, during the Devonian period. To put that in perspective, this was the age of fishes, a time when the first forests were just beginning to spread across the land, and the ancestors of tetrapods were only just contemplating leaving the water. The chimeras have been navigating the oceans ever since, surviving multiple mass extinctions that wiped out countless other species, including the dinosaurs. This incredible staying power rightfully earns them the title of living fossils. Their common names, ghost sharks, spookfish, rabbitfish, are a testament to their ethereal, almost ghostly appearance and elusive nature. So what makes a chimera a chimera, and not just a weird shark? There are several key distinctions. If you look at a shark, you'll see a series of 5 to 7 distinct gill slits on the side of its head. Chimeras streamline this design. They have just a single gill opening on each side, which is covered by a fleshy, protective flap called an operculum. This is a feature they share with the completely separate class of bony fishes, like a salmon or a tuna. It's one of the first clues that these animals are a mosaic of different evolutionary traits. The second major difference is in the jaw. A chimera's upper jaw is completely fused to its skull. Sharks, by contrast, have a more loosely attached, protrusible jaw that allows for their famous and fearsome bites. The chimera's fused jaw means a less flexible, but potentially more powerful crushing bite, which has heavily influenced their diet, as we'll see later. Most of the 50 or so known species of chimera are true abyssal creatures, living on the seafloor at depths so extreme the pressure is crushing and sunlight is a distant memory. They can be found at depths exceeding 600 feet or 2,000 meters. But this is where our protagonist, the spotted ratfish, rewrites the family rules. It is a notable exception, frequently venturing into much shallower waters, particularly in the northern part of its range. This unusual behavior makes it one of the very few chimera species that humans might actually encounter without needing a deep-sea submersible. And if you do encounter one, it's an image that will be burned into your memory. The spotted ratfish is a visual paradox. It has smooth, entirely scaleless skin, which is very different from the rough, sandpaper-like skin of a shark. This skin shimmers with an otherworldly, metallic sheen, a base of silvery bronze that flashes with iridescent shades of gold, blue, and green depending on the light. Dotted across its back is a pattern of bright white spots, the simple feature that gives it its common name. The head, however, is where it truly earns its reputation for weirdness. It has a short, rounded, almost duckbill-like snout, and a face that many have described as rabbit-like, lending it an oddly gentle, almost whimsical expression. This look is amplified by its enormous, luminous, emerald green eyes. These are the eyes of a creature built for darkness. They are packed with light-sensitive cells and have a reflective layer behind the retina, called a tapetum lucidum, the same structure that makes a cat's eyes glow in the dark. It allows the ratfish to recycle photons, essentially getting two chances to capture every speck of light in its dim environment. The scientific name Hydrologus directly honors this, translating from Greek as water hare. Its movement is just as unique as its appearance. The spotted ratfish doesn't swim by swishing its tail side to side like most fish. Instead, it uses its large triangular pectoral fins, the ones on its sides, to propel itself. It flaps them in a slow, rhythmic motion, effectively flying through the water with a grace that seems to defy its hodgepodge anatomy. This bird-like locomotion is both efficient and silent, perfect for a stealthy predator. And then, there's the tail. Making up almost half the fish's total length, it tapers to a long whip-like filament, bearing an uncanny resemblance to the tail of a rat. As if it needed more oddities, the spotted ratfish comes equipped with a serious defense mechanism, a long, sharp, venomous spine situated right at the front of its first dorsal fin. The venom itself is a mild neurotoxin that, in humans, causes a painful wound but is not considered life-threatening. For a predator, however, it's a lethal failsafe. There are documented cases of harbor seals and sea lions dying after swallowing a ratfish. Even if the predator gets the fish down, the erect, rigid spine can puncture the stomach wall or other vital organs, delivering a fatal internal injury. It's a posthumous revenge that makes the ratfish a very unappealing meal. But for all of these strange and wonderful features, the most mind-boggling aspect of the spotted ratfish is a recent discovery, one that centers on a bizarre structure found only on the males. This is the story of the toothed forehead. Adult male spotted ratfish have a curious club-shaped appendage that sits right on their forehead. It's called a cephalic tenaculum. Scientists have known about this retractable club for a long time. They knew it was used during mating, where the male swings it forward to grasp the female's pectoral fin, anchoring her in place. The surface of this club is covered in sharp, hooked barbs, which were always assumed to be dermal denticles, the same modified scales that make up a shark's skin. This assumption was completely shattered by a recent study. A team of scientists, driven by curiosity, decided to look closer. Using high-resolution micro-CT scans to see the internal structure in 3D and histology to examine thin slices of the tissue under a microscope, they found something that no one expected. These forehead barbs were not skin derivatives. They had all the hallmarks of true teeth. They contained dentin and a hyper-mineralized enameloid cap, the very tissues that make up the teeth in your own mouth. Even more shocking, they discovered that these forehead teeth were being generated by a dental lamina. The dental lamina is the specific band of embryonic tissue that is responsible for all tooth development in every jawed vertebrate on Earth. Finding one on a forehead was like finding a fingernail growing out of an eyeball. It's the first time in history a dental lamina has ever been documented existing outside of the oral cavity in any animal. This wasn't just a random assortment of teeth either. They grow in highly organized rows, much like a shark's famous conveyor belt of replacement teeth. An adult male's tenaculum can have 7 or 8 rows of these hooked teeth, ensuring he always has a sharp set ready for action. The developmental story is just as strange. In their embryonic stage, both male and female ratfish start to develop this forehead structure. But in females, the development halts, and the structure is reabsorbed into the body. In males, it continues to grow, eventually erupting from the skin and sprouting its incredible set of teeth. This sexual dimorphism is a clear indicator of its role in reproduction. And it's not the only toothed sex organ. The males also have pelvic claspers that are similarly equipped with tooth-like structures to help secure the female during their courtship. This discovery has sent ripples through the fields of evolutionary and developmental biology. It suggests the genetic blueprint for making teeth is far more ancient and versatile than we knew, a modular tool that evolution can drag and drop into new parts of the body to solve completely different problems. In this case, the problem of how to hang on to a partner in the dark depths of the ocean. While the forehead teeth are for gripping, the mouth teeth are for grinding. The spotted ratfish's mouth is another point of departure from its shark cousins. Instead of replaceable, pointy teeth, the ratfish has 6 large, permanent, mineralized tooth plates. 3 are on the top jaw and 3 on the bottom. These plates grow continuously throughout the fish's life, constantly wearing down as they are used, much like a rodent's incisors. They form a powerful, beak-like structure that is incredibly effective for crushing and grinding the hard shells of its prey. This gives the ratfish a surprisingly strong bite for its size, allowing it to specialize in tough-to-eat meals. As a methodical predator, the ratfish cruises slowly above the muddy and rocky seafloor. It hunts not by sight, but primarily by using its acute sense of smell and a 6th sense, electroreception. Its head is covered in pores that lead to sensory organs capable of detecting the tiny electrical fields generated by the muscle contractions of other living animals. It can find a crab or a clam buried in the mud just by sensing its faint electrical signature. Its diet is a smorgasbord of bottom-dwelling invertebrates. Crabs, clams, shrimp, marine worms, and sea stars are all on the menu. With its slow, stealthy, bird-like flight, it can also easily ambush small, unsuspecting benthic fishes. The spotted ratfish is a native of the cool, temperate waters of the northeastern Pacific Ocean, found from Alaska all the way down to Baja California, though it is most common in the stretch between British Columbia and Southern California. While it's a deep-water species, happy at depths of nearly 3,000 feet, it exhibits a fascinating behavioral pattern. In the cooler northern waters of its range, like in the Puget Sound, it's often found in much shallower bays and sounds, sometimes just a few dozen feet deep. As you move south, where the surface waters are warmer, the ratfish retreats deeper to find the chilly temperatures it prefers, typically between 7 and 9 degrees Celsius. They can be found alone or in small groups and are primarily nocturnal hunters. This habit, combined with their preference for deep, dark water, makes them a rare sight. However, for dedicated scuba divers in the Pacific Northwest, a night dive can provide a magical opportunity. In the focused beam of a dive light, these ghost sharks can be seen soaring gracefully over the sea floor, their iridescent skin flashing and their huge green eyes glowing back. After the complex mating ritual involving the male's toothed tenaculum, fertilization is internal. The female then produces 1 or 2 large, leathery egg cases. These spindle-shaped purses are about 5 inches long, and she may carry them for a few days before depositing them on a muddy or sandy bottom, where their tendrils can anchor them. The incubation period is incredibly long, lasting up to a full year. After this marathon gestation, a fully formed miniature ratfish hatches, ready to hunt. There is no parental care. They are on their own from moment one. This incredible animal, with its bizarre collection of traits, is of huge importance to scientists. Chimeras are often seen as a missing link, a living bridge between the cartilaginous fishes and the bony fishes. They are a mosaic of features from both groups. Let's break it down. Like sharks, they have a skeleton made entirely of cartilage. Males have claspers for internal fertilization, and they lay eggs in tough cases. But, like bony fish, they have a single gill opening covered by an operculum. And unlike sharks, they have a fused upper jaw and permanent, grinding tooth plates instead of replaceable, sharp teeth. This unique combination provides an invaluable window into the deep past, helping scientists understand the major evolutionary steps that led to the diversification of all jawed vertebrates, including ourselves. Fortunately, for now, the future of this evolutionary marvel seems secure. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN, lists the spotted ratfish as a species of least concern. It's not targeted by commercial fisheries as its flesh is not considered palatable. It is, however, frequently caught as bycatch in bottom trawls, where its spiny, awkward body becomes a tangled nuisance in nets. But because of its very wide distribution and its ability to live at great depths far below the reach of most fishing gear, scientists believe these accidental catches do not pose a significant threat to the overall population. The strange case of the toothed-head ratfish is a profound lesson from the deep. It is a powerful reminder that our planet is home to wonders that can still shock, surprise, and mystify us. This creature, a living collage with the face of a rabbit, the tail of a rat, the flight of a bird, and a forehead armed with teeth for sex, is a testament to the wild, unbridled creativity of evolution. It is a living, breathing zoological oddity that forces us to rewrite textbooks and expand our understanding of what is possible in the natural world. The spotted ratfish is more than a curiosity. It is a symbol of the vast, profound, and enduring mysteries that still lie hidden in the dark, silent corners of our own world, waiting for us to find them. Thanks for joining us on Fun Facts Online.